All right, welcome back to our series on DreamCon company documents. How to create them, how to write them, how to format them, and how to style them. This is part 3 on how to format. And I've actually got a special guest with me today. He is here to supervise and maybe provide moral support. We shall see. So let's get right into it. First thing, if you have read a book made out of paper at any point, you might have recalled that they generally use tabs or indents to designate when a new paragraph starts. But it's been modern convention on the internet for quite a while now that we don't need to indent. We just use line breaks, which are spaces in between lines of text. So you can see it like right here, right here, right here, etc. And these spaces make things easier to read. We do also want to use them on lists. They're oftentimes not there by default, but it just adds, again, some negative space to make it easier to read. And to do that, you can select it and go here, go to line and paragraph spacing, and make sure that it says adds space after a list out. I'm going to click on this here, and now it's set. All right, and then it should be there by default. And normally it'll say this if you're using our template, right, where the spaces are already added. So speaking of lists, these are a great way to organize information to make it a lot easier. But a couple things to add to make them even easier is to give each item, a bolded title or summary, like I'm doing here. Now, if you have shorter items like we did in our previous example, you don't need to put a little bold summary because they're so short. But if you start to get into more than one line, then it's a good idea. All right. In terms of, and just in case you're wondering, if you need to put something in bold, you can just select it and hit the bold button here. And to undo anything, I'm going to click Control-Z or Command-Z on a Mac, or just use this to undo something if you make a mistake. So in terms of capitalization, there may be varying opinions on this, but we are going to stick, for the vast majority of cases, with sentence case. And sentence case is just basically where the first letter of every sentence is capitalized, along with anything else that is normally capitalized, such as proper nouns like your name or the name of a country or a title of a book or a movie. Anything that's normally capitalized will stay capitalized, but other than that, it's going to stay in lowercase. Now, there are other options. Title case is quite popular, but the problem with it is if you use it for anything longer than a few words, it starts getting confusing, a little bit more difficult to read, and certainly to write, where you have to try to remember which things get capitalized and which don't. The quick summary is prepositions, articles, and conjunctions, names of particular types of words, do not get capitalized, and everything else does in title case. But we're generally going to skip it altogether, apart from, say, something that is a title. And like the title of some kind of a work. In terms of uppercase, also known as all caps, as you can see here, if you use uppercase for more than 3 to 5 words, it gets very tiring on the eyes to read and is generally considered the written equivalent of shouting. So we're just going to keep it to our main title just at the very top of the page. That's the only thing we're going to keep in all caps. All right, and for that reason, we want to keep our main title pretty short. All right, moving back down here, where was I? Oh, I should have just used my... There we go. Okay, so again, the summary is we just use uppercase for main titles. Everything else should use sentence case. And if you have any questions about that, you can visit this link. This link here, or either of these links, explain title case a little bit more. So we use hyperlinks to add additional information that for someone to do more research. And we do have guidelines on how to use links as well. So you could put the whole URL or internet address here, but it's a little bit cumbersome. You could use generic text and just say click here, but the best way to do it is to add a descriptive link that really tells readers what they're going to get if they click on it, right? So learn more about title case versus sentence case. Sounds good. I'm going to click on this and open it up. It's redirecting. Oh, there we go. There's an article there where I can learn more about it. If you do need to create a hyperlink, let's say that I wanted to create another one, I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to select the text that I want. Let's say I just picked this one. I'm not going to save this, but I will use it. Use this insert link button. I can paste the link that it's going to, hit apply, and then if I need to change it, oh, excuse me, then I go to this little edit link pencil, and then I can change the text that's showing there. Obviously, I'm not going to keep that. I'm going to edit back out of that. But that's how you set up a link. All right, the next part, we're going to get into styling our document. So I think we've covered everything here. We're going to actually go through and take this article, this guide that was created in Word about cat sitting, and we're going to see if we can format that in the DreamCon way. So everyone, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in part 4.